Woo-wee! Got another court date. Got just a little time to make things happen and watch the Most High cook. I'm watching that man cook. Anyway, a couple more days, months, before the Wolf God gets judged. I told y'all niggas everybody gets judged. Now, let's get back to this fear thing. It's one of the biggest revelations of my own life. And I'm sure it's something that many people have to deal with. You know? No one's fear proof. Or at least I haven't met that person. You know? A lot of people do a lot of things because they don't fear a lot of things, but they fear something. Everyone fears something. And that's okay. I once heard fear is to be conquered like everything else in life. It's something that was created for a reason. You know? I used to think it was a devil thing. Bad guys. But then you learn science and, man explains to you that, no, you have fear built into you to save your life. And when you hear that, you start looking at it different. I was lucky enough to be young enough where I needed to hear that. To begin to study myself and others and fear how it works, how people use it, how some people just do it without even knowing they're doing it, And if you have fear, you don't have confidence. Now, this fear for me has been crippling, literally, where at one point there would be nowhere in my town or other places I wouldn't go. I was always a person that's like, I'll meet anybody. I have enough social skills or awareness to get the fuck out of Dodge if I see. I ain't one of those, I'm gonna take too many chances with the having fun boys, I always knew the limit. But I remember I used to love going out. I remember when I used to think to myself, if I ever move away, man, I'm gonna be like all over the place, man. I'm gonna be like all over. It's gonna be good to meet new people and shit, right? And then like life happens. So many things that growing up as a child or a teen, you got bad parents, you got bully fucking brothers or high school bullshit. Well, that leads to fear. And seeing that kids and adults use fear like it's a fucking paycheck to get paid, It's like one of the most weaponized emotional weapons. And that fear, I remember I had to break that fear even in my own town, And that's because of old stupid shit like the projects and beefing with other neighborhoods. But you're just a regular nigga. You're not in all of that. But it don't matter, nigga. You live there. And those niggas know you live there. So you one of them. So very quickly I had to learn to stay the fuck away from the beefs. Not go to the fight outs and all of that. Why? Because I'm not repping that shit. I'll bang out for my friends if it's, some regular thing. But I never, always stay away from that gang shit or non-gang and just community versus community. See, as a kid, I always understood, since I didn't have a father and many friends and reliable brothers, I knew I'd have to replace these people one day. Because most things in life don't get built by yourself. You usually have a family, friends, other people that give you information or whatever it takes, if they're just there to listen to your bullshit. That's a lot. It is for me. I'll pay somebody to sit there and not even have a fucking answer. I got the answers. I just need to get this shit out. You get it? So fear can go away. So as I broke through that trauma, from having trauma of not experiencing things, I was more afraid not to be able to experience because I didn't have. So I said, what are you going to just stay? Or what are you more afraid of? Everybody being an asshole or not being there? Or are you afraid of being stuck in this corner alone? Misunderstood because you're not a gangster, but you're in the hood. You learned all this, but you're not the, you know? I was Sharif almost, but I was a little more bad than Sharif. I wasn't as smart as Sharif. You know how hard it sucks to be stuck in the middle where you're not a fucking dummy, but you're kind of smart? And if you even remotely, people think I'm smarter than I am. Other people think I'm dumber than I am. And it hurts. It hurts to have the drive of a champion with the basic skills, not even enough fucking skills to get yourself over the hurdle because you were too afraid to go listen to the geeks or the teacher or whoever told you, you better start working on your fucking brain now. You're smarter than other people. You're not a genius, but you think. You don't want to pick things up and put them down for the rest of your life. It's going to kill you. You're a thinker. You better learn how to fucking do art, do something. You know? And things like rap. That definitely helped me get over a lot of fears, you know? Rap was a weapon for me. I can write anything I want about whoever I want. They'll sit right in front of me and let me rip their fucking head off and won't even know I'm rapping about them. But they know I'm rapping about them because I'm rapping about the shit you do. But I ain't never told you I know the shit you do. This is me telling you I know the shit you do. Persistence of rap, you know? Motherfuckers don't want to get themselves away because of the fear. Anyway, I remember in love. I remember being so in love where I can do anything. I was that guy that once I'm in love with him, there's nothing I can't do. Why? Because I'll fucking do whatever it takes, and that made me very angry in my life. When I found that out about myself, that I cared about more other people than myself. When it comes to helping and building with other people, I'm giving all the effort and making the plans and make you go get the job and you get the hustle, you get this, and then I'm the one that, you get it? And it always bothered me because I always seen it. Like, yo, if you ever loved yourself like you love other people, you will give up hours and days. I remember spending hours and days trying to fix my relationship with this woman. I remember feeling ashamed of not being able to work because my first mistake in getting locked up, and then you're just a criminal. Now you gotta suffer that 5 years of probation, and then people tell you get a job, but who the fuck hires somebody that just got in trouble? Mostly nobody. So I knew once that happened, there was no way I should even have another girlfriend in my life. But the Lord wanted somebody to experience love, and I'm the one that had it. Or he wanted me to experience what I need to experience, because I know without that woman, shout out Gail, my rapping skills would have never got better. I would have never discovered YouTube when I needed to discover it so I can start learning how to read. Learning the Bible because I can't read it. You know what it's like to find the Lord and then you get into the Bible and you're like, I can't even read it. I don't love the Lord enough. And even if I want to, I can't fucking read it. I gotta sit back and keep fucking, what's this word? I write it down, go look it up. That's how I learned how to read. Studying the fucking Bible and finding words I didn't know and then going to look them up. And then all the other little things that, Miss Coburn taught me. Shout out, big dog. I love you. I hope you're still kicking. I'm going to come visit you soon if you are. I don't know how I'm going to find out, but, if God willing. I remember having that passion, that love, but not having the wolf guard in me yet. The work ethic. I'll fucking eat dirt for a paycheck. I'll go through whatever I gotta go. I'll suffer whatever. That wasn't in me yet, I had to get off of easy mode, hustling mode. Hustling mode don't teach you how to work hard for pennies. When you gotta work hard for pennies, yeah, that'll kill your fucking motivation right away. I've watched so many others have the same problem now. They converted. They, had children and shit, so they couldn't fuck around. But when you see something could be done and why it's done, you go, oh, you just need a reason that you care about that thing more than that thing. So, although love was there, like many relationships, things fall apart. You can't get over the hurdle to reconnect. You could reconnect. Out of all the women, I always thought me and her at the time could reconnect because of the way we got along on certain levels. And no, I remember we were so devastating to each other. Not really bad. What I mean by that is, you ever have a relationship that you know is not working? You're not changing, they're not changing. You keep going through the shits, but you both won't just leave. It took for me to sit down and say, do you love this person? Does this person love you? And although I believed I loved her, I knew it wouldn't work. I couldn't be the man she needed me to be. It's years later. I would have never asked her to wait this long. So, it didn't matter if I loved her. I loved her enough to not want her to suffer being with a fucking nigga that wasn't trained properly. So you have to go on your man journey and go fucking make shit happen. Oh, did I want her there? Hell yeah. Even tried to get her to move in with me when I got my first place in a new state. But, when you get your first place, it's only a matter of time for you to lose it. You're still a young boy. You're fucking dumb. You think you got shit under control. Many men fail many times. But it's because of fear. I feared losing her so bad, I didn't even understand how to change myself. And then I remember the day I feared not being free or happy again. I remember being afraid of this person really not loving me for who I am in this shitty situation I'm in and I can't find work. And I realized she don't love you enough. And she has the right to not. Because, grown men, at the time, I'm like, you just another one that want to be with a high value man. She don't want to be with a bum. She don't have to pay the fucking rent every day and then come home and have sex with you, nigga. She's tired. Don't matter you got good loving. She's tired, nigga. Get the fucking bathwater ready and get dinner ready, nigga. Do something. See, I was one of the, not worst, but I was one of the people I talk about and rag the shit out of you niggas. Sound the horns. Sound the horns. My daddy is in the building. See, my father said, take the stick out your eye before you start talking about other people. Meaning, when you figure out how to stop doing something and you become better at it, those are the only things you're allowed to fucking talk about, period. Why? Because you got over it and you can help people. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to walk around and say, I beat that sin. I grew up. I grew up and you didn't, you bitch ass. No, you're supposed to be like, listen, dog, you may need some pointers and I'm going to show you how to do this, son. And I'm not Jay-Z. So it's going to be hard. Anyway, I remember I loved that girl so much to know our relationship wasn't going to work the way we needed it, that I personally went to her father and told her that she's been with me for the last couple of years. Because, like, her father didn't want me to be with her. And, I can understand that. Daddy shouldn't want his, I want my daughter to be with a nigga that's going to at least take care of her, bro. At least got to have a good job working towards retirement, bro. I ain't going to be a savage and say, oh, you got to be rich. Nah, I had the heart. I had the ethics. I had the love. I ain't had that bread. I had to go on my God's journey to get this deeper knowledge that I, always kept telling her. She's the first person that I ever said, I think I'm close to God in such a way, and it's very strange because I keep finding out I've been doing all the things that he fucking asks me to do, and why am I being so good? This world sucks dick to me. It's shitty. Why the fuck do you make me smile all the time? Why do I want to keep helping people? What the fuck are you doing? Why can't I be like them? Why, when I do something, I get in trouble right away? See, my father taught me a long time ago, you don't have a choice but to work for me. Or you're going to fucking jail, or whatever it is. That's why I work for the Lord. Because you ever meet people that everyone can do things and get away with for man long, and then you do something, and your ass get caught right away? I'm one of those guys. I can't get away with doing shit for too long. And plus I feel bad, so it's the fear. Anyway, back to the story with the shorty. I remember, because I knew we wouldn't break up. I knew we would keep doing this dance until one of us did something stupid, and pushed each other away. And that's the one thing I don't like about any relationship. I don't like to break up with a person and have them hating me. Because if I tell you I love you, it means I love you. And all the things I did before the beef started should be took into consideration. And now that, no one's there, or the new guys are there, are they doing those things? And if they are, congratulations. That's why I left you. So you can go find that guy. It took a long time to get over those type of things. But when you love somebody and you can see the results of what's happening and you're changing, you want to go a different way in life. They believe in whatever they believe in, the worldly shit, and they're crutch to you now without even trying to be. Sometimes you gotta let go. I think I did the best thing. But I remember having fear. I remember coming up with the plan, like, how can I make us break up? Because she always can swindle me back to her. I can't break up with her. It's impossible. I still love her. But I don't want to be with her. But I want to break up. But I love her. And I never want to not be with her. Fuck, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And you know what I always knew the ace in the hole was? Her father. Because, if she was willing to lie to them and say I'm not with her and be with me anyway, well, then that would mean that's the one person she respects more than anybody is him. So when he gets to see that she doesn't really respect him, that she loves me more, then he's gonna put his fucking foot down and he's gonna let her know. You're gonna choose, and you're gonna choose now. And just like I calculated, he did. And just like I calculated, she had no choice but to choose her father. What did she offer me to come back? Of course she did. But I knew if I went back, you know, I couldn't work it out. So, and I knew the Lord was calling. And I was tired of being afraid of not going in the world. I was tired of having to rely on other people. I wanted to know what it's like to actually have my own place. And since I couldn't work where I was from, I always heard the myth of when you leave state, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't know your record back in the old state. They gotta look it up. They gotta give them a reason to look shit up. So you go, you be good, and you find work. So, hearing that in multiple years of my life, I said, I think that's what I need to do, leave. But I'm afraid. No one's got your back. You have all your system of little bum nigga shit. Go to the store for her, go to the store for him, go play the lottery for them, go get some weed for them, and then boom, you got $50 for the day. Now you can go get some food and you have your cigarettes. And go look for a job that nobody's gonna hire you, because you look dusty as hell. Should've gave away all your good clothes, dumb nigga. But when you'll rather be homeless than let your fucking Mike Frisco. Wow, bro.